Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, the fantastic and honorable Dr. Yukon Suckit. That's right, everyone. Yukon Suckit. Today I am broadcasting to you from my secret underground headquarters, and I bring to you a deck that I picked up over on AetherHub. It was put together by somebody named bodhemon, I believe, bodhemon, and it looked kind of interesting. I got to say, I really am looking around for good control decks. I think that's my jam, right? And I always look for like a good RAKDOS control, but I have a hard time finding them. They're just not really well done. And even more so right now, when it comes to RAKDOS, it's all like like the Anvil ones, where they're putting out the constructs and sacrificing them, and it reminds me a lot of the Witch's Cauldron Black Cat combo from 1,000 years ago. And I couldn't stand that. I got to the point where anytime someone's tried to play that crap, I would just like abort the game because it wasn't worth playing against. So there's just, when it comes to RAKDOS decks, that's what you see is that Anvil, and it just drives me insane. So when I saw this deck and it wasn't playing the Anvil combo stuff, I thought, okay, great. We got some sort of RAKDOS action there that I'm looking forward to. So anyways, let's take a look at this deck. Let's see what it does, and then let's take it for a spin and see how well it works. At the low end, we got Eyetwitch, which is not Shambling Ghast. So that's, one cliche that's not up there anymore. But the Eyetwitch is a 1/1 flyer, which is a fairly decent to have as a block. He's a blocker, right? So he'll help you out. I mean, you could do some damage as well if you really needed to. The best thing is that when he dies, you get to learn. And over on the sideboard, we got a bunch of lessons to learn there. Environmental Sciences, some exile target non-land permanents, getting you a bunch of tokens, and Confront the Past, which brings back planeswalkers or helps you to kill planeswalkers. Good news, we do have planeswalkers in this deck, so it actually is useful for your own guys. We've got Frostbite. So this is some red control. It takes out creatures of either 2 or 3 category. You have to have 3 or more snow permanents to be able to do the 3 points of damage. But we do have a bunch of snow over here, so that shouldn't be too rough. But even 2 for 1 red mana, not so bad. Right here, we've got Infernal Grasp. So I love this card. I kind of think Bloodchief's Massacre or Bloodchief's, whatever it is. The Bloodchief, I think it's Massacre. It does better than this because it takes care of creatures with a mana value for cheaper. Other than that, it could do pretty much anybody. This one, you destroy anything. It only costs you 2, but you're going to cost 2 life out of the deal. We got the Meathook Massacre, which is a great, burns? I mean, not burn spell, but board wipe. Because it does -X to all creatures on the board, right? But then after that, you gain 1 life for every opponent's creature that dies, and they lose 1 life for every one of your creatures that dies. So those extra abilities are well worth the 2 mana you would have to put out regularly. We got Heroes of Downfall. So for 3, you can destroy any target creature or planeswalker. Take them out. Only costs you 3. That's not bad at all. Soul Transfer, where if you control an artifact and an enchantment, and it looks like that's never going to happen. I guess treasures count, so that could happen. Then you could do both these things, which is exile target creature or planeswalker and return target creature or planeswalker from your graveyard to your hand. Otherwise, if you don't have both those, you could do 1 of them. It only costs you 3, so not bad. Ob Nixilis. So when he comes out, you can do casualty, and so therefore if there's another creature, you can sacrifice it, and you get another copy of Ob Nixilis. You got 2 of them out at the same time, where the loyalty of the second one is equal to whatever the power was of the creature you sacrificed. Now, that creature is probably going to have a power of 1, because most likely it'll be a bat, right? So anyways, other than that, then for +1, opponent has to lose 2 life unless they discard a card. So they're either losing life or discarding. Both of those are great for you. If you control a demon or devil, and which he is capable of creating a devil, you gain 2 life as well. So that's 2 life for you. So for -2, you can create that 1/1 red devil token, and when it dies, like most devils, you deal 1 damage to any particular target. And then there's a -7 ability on here where target player draws 7 cards and loses 7 life. If I was desperate for cards, I might do it on myself, but I tried playing against one yesterday to do 7 points of damage. And it was pretty cool. It got me where I needed to go, but then it gave them so many cards. It kind of sucked. So I kind of really like to play around with just those first two abilities of Ob Nixilis there. We got the Celestus, which is a, it's a 1 mana of any color, but then also you can flip it between day and night. And anytime it flips from day to night, you gain a life, you can draw a card, and if you do, you have to discard a card. So this thing gives you 1 of any color, gives you life, and card draw engine. So it's a pretty fantastic artifact. Oh, that's an artifact as well. Yeah, there you go. Another question, oh yeah, we do have an instant or an enchantment right there, and Meathook Massacre. So we got the big score, which costs you 4, and as addition, you have to also discard a card, but you get to draw 2 cards, and you create 2 treasure tokens, which helps to keep you looking through your hand for stuff to do. We got Invoke Despair, which is pretty much one of the big things this deck's trying to do. It takes you 4 black mana and 1 of something else, black or red. But then, yeah, your target opponent has to sacrifice a creature, an enchantment, and a planeswalker. And for each one of those that they can't do, they lose 2 life, and you get to draw a card. And that is great. Gaining life, drawing cards, and opponents sacrificing things that they have out. It works out really well. You want to play those multiple times. So you have 4 in your hand. And then with Arcane Bombardment, we could potentially do it up to, 8 times. We'll get to Arcane Bombardment a little bit. We got Blood on the Snow, cost you 6. But you could choose one, either destroy all creatures or all planeswalkers. And then, depending upon the number of snow mana used to pay for this, you can bring back a creature or planeswalker from your graveyard to the battlefield, which is less than or equal to the number of snow used to pay for this spell. So you'll probably be able to bring back Ob Nixilis. I don't know why you wouldn't bring back a stupid bat, but you could. It's probably not going to be Professor Onyx, right? Because you have to play 6 mana specifically. You could have 6 mana, but hard to say. We got Professor Onyx, and she's 5 for loyalty for 6 mana. She's got Magecraft, so whenever you play an instant or a sorcery spell, then you gain 2 and your opponent loses 2 life. For +1, you lose a life. You look at the top 3 cards of your library. You put 1 in your hand, the rest into your graveyard. For -3, each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power amongst creatures that player controls. And for -8, it's pretty sweet. Each opponent has to discard a card. If they don't, they lose 3 life. You got to repeat that process 6 times. It is devastating usually. So, yeah, she is that's really who's going to be doing the hammering on this deck. Yeah, because there's not a lot of creatures going on here. Not a lot of damage. Really, it's coming from your planeswalkers more than anybody else. Invoke Despair is going to do a good job, but, you've only got 4 of them and they're very expensive. And here comes Arcane Bombardment. The big deal with this one, it costs you 6, so it's expensive. Once you get it out, though, whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell, exile an instant or sorcery spell at random from your graveyard. So you don't know what you're going to do there, right? But then copy each card exiled with Arcane Bombardment. You may cast any number of copies without paying their mana cost. Oh, okay. So it's not, you can keep playing it. If you happen to get Invoke Despair, then each time you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you're going to get another one, and then you're just going to play again, over and over again, whatever she's got, exiled. So you can play these things like an infinite amount of times. Okay, that's fantastic. Problem is that it costs 6 to get out. We have a little bit of treasure token generation. But ramping up is going to be kind of rough. And then you have to actually, I guess you can use Onyx to throw Invoke Despair into the graveyard, at which point then you can try to pull it back by playing something dumb like a Frostbite or Infernal Grasp or something. But we'll see how it plays out, right? We got a bunch of regular fast lands that are all made out of snow. We got some fast dual lands there, and we got some semi-fast dual lands. So these things should not punish you too much for trying to get it out. We've already taken a look at the sideboard. Altogether, this looks like a fairly well-balanced deck. Not a lot of super damage to players until we get to the high end, but we'll just have to see how that works out. So there's the deck. Let's check it out and see how well it works. All right, playing against, what is this, BoltKyne, I guess. All right. We got 3 mana, which looks good. We got some neck snapping. And some expensive cards. Just hoping for the best. You have to at least 4 black to be able to pull this crap off. Let's see. 2. Should I snap his neck now? Sure. He's always trouble. Let's be a little controlling. Look at me. I'm a bat. Bok, bok. Touch the precious. Make a wish. Wish for world peace. All right, so 6 mana. He's going after the Eyetwitch there. All right. Yeah, let's go for some mana, right? Mana's the way to go. And black is my preferred flavor. All right, so still not enough to cost Invoke Despair. I think I was desperate. Ooh, let's go be mean. Nobody to kill. Yep, thought so. Yeah, we're getting close. There we go. Let's invoke a little despair. Nice. Suck it, BoltKyne. Suck it. Alright, we're playing against JBUCKNSTUFF. JBUCKNSTUFF. He's where you go when things get tough. There we go. We're going to keep our 3 mana. JBUCKNSTUFF. You can't give a little and you can't give enough. Huh. It's from a relatively recent children's television show. From like the late 1960s. Alright, there we go. Not even a cartoon. Like, Ob Nixilis is going to be laying down some smack here in a second. Alright, alright. I like the black. Ob Nixilis, single him up. You gonna discard and take the 2. Oh, what we got there? Dire Strain Rampage. So I chose that because Hero's Downfall is technically the better card. It just costs 1 more. We got plenty of mana. Ooh, he likes his cards too much. We have, okay, we got, if we ever get an Invoke, we at least got 4 black at this point, including the tokens. How dare you not give me a land? Let's see. All we can do is continue to pester. Problem is at 7 and 7, I don't need 7 cards at this point. I guess I got nothing to do otherwise. Next. I guess I could put out a Red Devil. Yeah, he's going for some land destruction. I'm going to Meathook it. For 0. What I got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's going to get what? 1 troll out of the deal? He's going after another one. You got 3 trolls out of the deal. Have any creatures to bring back here? None. Yeah, sure, I'll take it back. What do I want there? Do I really care about red? Yeah, he might go after another one. Red. Yeah, sure, I'll take that. Red. Sure. Destroy all creatures. Wink, wink. You gonna give it up? Buff and stuff? That's my last red. And you can suck it! Victory! Alright, we're playing against Kallik. Maybe it's just Kallik. But yeah, Kallik sounds good. Alright, we got 3 mana, which is always good. A red. Ooh, a couple of frostbites. Nice. Red control. Okay, so we need 2 reds for Arcane Bombardment. No. All right. Sure, why not? Let's play another red. We can put out Ob Nixilis. Ob Nixilis is going to make you pay. Okay, we're pretty far away from being able to invoke Despair. Because I only have 2 of the 4 lands possible. Oh, we're getting... That's not too bad. Alright, what are you going to do, Ob Nixilis? We need to put out a Devil now. Unfortunately, that's only going to be a temporary blocker for me. Eek, well, that's it for Ob Nixilis. Yeah, you can suck it. There you go. Okay, we'll have 5 mana on our next turn, which is not 6. We'll be able to play a clue. I have to sacrifice something. Here comes the unicorn. Alright, we're looking much, much better than expected here. What are we going to get rid of then? No, let's just go. We're cool. We're going to take a couple hits here. But then we'll be able to like Blood on the Snow and then invoke Despair. I'd love to have some time for a little Arcane Bombardment. No Life Cane yet. Alright, that's looking really good. What do I want to do? Let us destroy all creatures. And here comes Ob Nixilis again. Let's go ahead and... Yep, let's make ourselves a little Devil Actual in there. That'll give us something. Give us some life gain. Keep reaching. Dig deep. He's got nothing to do. We got not enough land, so we're gonna go for it. All attack. Get him, little devil. He's got that dragon there. I'm not sure if he recognizes it. That thing could be slaughtering on Nixilis right now. I do have an Infernal Grasp. That'll help. I can't do anything about borrowed time. Alright, so we're looking really good with an Infernal Grasp. Let's just go ahead and attack or bring him down. Hope he comes at me with the dragon next turn. Alright, still looking good. Because Infernal Grasp will trigger off that Arcane Bombardment. Oh, come on, people. I got a bat. I got a bat. I got a bat. Hey, 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 hey. Here comes the dragon, right? Nope. Are we gonna like block or something? Is it come now? You gonna come on up? Here we go. Oh, nothing. Apparently didn't know how to use his dragon appropriately. Let's put out another bat. All right, well, apparently we're not going to make any progress on the Arcane Bombardment side. Let's see what we can pull here. Now, another stupid bat. Think he's gonna start blocking? Nope. Ooh, unfortunate. Okay, go. We got to learn how to deal there, and we win. Winner, winner, victory dinner. All right, so here is RAKDOS INVOKE. I'm not exactly sure how this deck does as well as it does. It is RAKDOS control, right? We are controlling like crazy between the Frostbite, the Infernal Grasp, Meathook Massacre, Hero's Downfall, Soul Transfer, where we get Invoke Despair, Blood on the Snow, Professor Onyx. It is just control, control, control. We're killing creatures like crazy. Let's see. When we're not doing that, we're forcing them to discard potentially. We're drawing cards. And Arcane Bombardment lets us play copies of instants or sorceries again and again and again and again and again. So, you know, maybe that's just the secret. It's just control everybody so they can't do anything. And then draw as much as you possibly can. And then replay those cards if you can help it. There's not a lot of creature action in this. You know, like how are you supposed to literally kill your opponent here? As you can saw, it was Eyetwitches like crazy and a devil from Ob Nixilis. I mean, there's not really any like direct player damage other than like Invoke Despair. I mean, the good thing about Invoke Despair is I believe, let's see, whenever you cast your first instant sorcery, return exile an instant from random from your graveyard. So this is the thing that's supposed to be bringing it back. Problem is, this costs 5, this costs 6. You know, it takes a while to ramp up to that level to where you can actually start playing these cards and start cashing it up. Because, yeah, being able to Arcane Bombardment, you know, to be able to do Invoke Despair 8 times rather than just 4, that's fantastic. So, in my experience, I'm not really sure why this deck does so well, but it does very well. It's got a lot of wins underneath it, and I'm not exactly sure why. I don't know. I played it a bunch before even the games that I showed to you today, because I thought this deck can't do that great. Let's try it out. But it was like win, 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 and then tonight pretty much just more of the same. So yeah, RAKDOS INVOKE is a great deck. Now let's talk about let's give it its ratings. Right? Is it competitive? I think it is. I think it's very competitive. Is it fun? Yeah, I'd say it's fun. I mean, it's not like getting 1,000 creatures and attacking all at once with trample fun, but I do appreciate Ob Nixilis and the discard action, Invoke Despair doing what it's going to do. That feels very fun to me. I love a good Meathook Massacre if you can manage that off. So, you know, pinning people down with all of the other control, I mean, at least you're playing the game. Maybe they don't think it's as fun. Yeah, I'm going to give it a Midland fun level, right? Just a smidge up from that. And as far as there being a theme, yeah, there's no good theme here. I mean, it's just not much of a theme. I mean, creature removal, sure. but it seems like there's still some more around otherwise. So I'm going to give this deck a solid A, just because anything that's competitive deserves at least an A. It is kind of fun. It just doesn't have much of a theme, so it's not going to get us into the A+ category there. Yeah, so yeah, that's RAKDOS Invoke, and like I said, I hope you have as much fun with it as I did. That is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes.